So we spoke about this idea of like, going through ascension symptoms, if people were to use that word, and the word ascension kind of have this idea of, oh, I'm becoming better, or I'm higher, or I'm more, I guess in some ways, more spiritual, right? And that's kind of this spiritual ego that comes to this conversation quite often. So, I'm also
woke.
I'm so woke. I am so awake. Okay, I'm so going. Okay, let's stop it. Okay, how about, so I think this is also important to talk about. Can somebody go through a ascensional evolution process without them being aware of them going through it?
Yes. Metaphysically speaking, actually, the earth started vibrating at a different frequency. It kind of started vibrating at a different frequency around the 90s or 2020 or before. That allows for the entire humanity to start vibrating to a different frequency. That's a very long process, right? And we're never really awake. Energy is not created or destroyed, it just transforms. So we are transforming because we are energy. And in this moment of, maybe this is a peak of or everything is new for a lot of people, or everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So this is like a big moment of our evolution, but we will continue to evolve in this life after life, millennials after millennials, right? Sure, a lot of people everybody's going through this right now.
There's no way that you can go through it, because
No.
we are energetic beings and we live on this earth.
And we are earth, so
Yeah.
we're working with the energy of earth, so we're going through this. But not everyone sensitivity is the same. A lot of us decided to do a lot of spiritual work on earth, and a lot of others decide not to do a lot of spiritual work on earth. So just to create contrast for us to understand what we're doing, there's no mistakes, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of people with a different sensitivity, and they might feel more anxious. Yes, their energetic body is shifting a little bit, but they're not paying attention to the sign. Maybe they're more tired, and maybe I work too much, or maybe whatever, COVID times, I'm more anxious. They don't really think or are curious about things. Maybe they've never read about spirituality, so they assume that everything they're going through, it's something they're going through, or they're going to the doctor.
Right.
They don't make a big deal about it. But people who are highly sensitive, they kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's also about the frame of reference, right?
Yeah.
If somebody has grounded themselves in living in a very tangible, three-dimensional way, then how they would experience and see it would be very different from people who have been, studying or curious about spirituality. So it's not that, it might not even be that they are not sensitive, but if we don't have the frame of reference, sometimes we don't see it that way, because we just don't, we experience what we can experience things that's within the frame of our own reference point, right?
Yeah. Everything is a perception.
Yeah.
And we all perceive things in our own way.
Yeah. So, I think just because somebody don't get this idea of ascension or evolution, that is not to say that they are not going through it. By the way of us existing on this planet, that we are all going through it, and then that going through it may be very different,
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you would hear these stories of folks who have very tangible, I don't know how to say this, but like, I guess people who have regular jobs, is that what we would say it? People who have regular jobs would just start to really look at their jobs differently and start to do their jobs differently, right? So that's really a manifestation of evolutionary process that they are actually going through within themselves. So it's never about like, oh, we talk about spirituality, so I'm more spiritual, because we are just spiritual beings anyway. Mm-hmm. So just honoring everybody's process and just really support each other in becoming kinder and more understanding
It's
humans.
a collective process. It's a
Yeah.
collective process. We all have a part in it.
Yeah.
And we're all doing it together, and we all have a job or a part in it.
Yeah,
That's the way I see
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was about how come we all experience this differently, I guess, in a way. My name is Aki,
My name is Manu.
and we are also known as
The
Reiki
Reiki
Godmothers.
Godmothers.
And I hope to see you again.